The informal presentation is a teacher-directed model, and it's when the teacher first tells the students what they're going to be told, then tells them, and then tells them what they were told. That, in a nutshell, is the informal presentation model. It does resemble the lecture model, but it differs from it in an important way because students are engaged in the lesson. They're not listening passively. And that is where this model is very, very different from the lecture model. An effective informal presentation lesson is designed to lead students to a very specific short-term objective, and students are led to that objective in a very clear but a very interesting way. So there's a lot of high interest that is hopefully involved in this. And the model has some different advantages. It can benefit students who have reading or reading comprehension problems. This can serve as an accommodation for them if they are able to gain necessary information without having to rely totally on a written piece of material. It's also a very time efficient model because instructors can teach large groups as well as small groups of students, and those groups can vary in abilities. They can teach all the same information at the same time to these differing groups. So it really works well when that's the situation that you have. And oftentimes in secondary, in grade 6-12, that is actually what is happening. So this, what's on the screen now gives you an idea of the sequence of what happens throughout this particular model. So teachers generally use this model to teach knowledge about something or how to do something. Okay, that's often when it is used. And so when you're planning an informal presentation, there are some things that you need to pay particular attention to. And the first one is the content analysis. So the content analysis for the informal presentation is very often a principal statement or it's just a subject matter outline. That's basically what it usually is. The advanced organizer that's what's used to orient students to a new learning task. It helps focus attention and organize the students' thinking. So that's what you want to think about when you're planning the advanced organizer. Now, the advanced organizers play a very important role in providing students with some cognitive scaffolding because think about these advanced organizers as equal to the chapter introduction in a textbook. Okay, so it gives them an understanding of that. Also, it helps students see how the content that they will learn fits into a big picture. So explanations about how the content is organized and how it will be presented, that helps student organization and student understanding of what they're learning. Throughout this, you're going to have checks for understanding and you're going to use active participation strategies. Those two things should always be built into the presentation right from the very beginning of the lesson. The delivery of the information is actually really important in this type of model. A teacher can make the presentation interesting and engaging, and all of that happens through varying the voice, adding humor, specific examples. A lot of times using visual supports helps some students immensely with this. And then also the real key here is to make the link appropriate for your age or your ability of your students. That is a real key. The extended practice activities are always included in this, and they follow the lesson body where the information is presented. Students do some supervised practice with their teacher present, and then in the extended practice, the content is applied, or it is further explored or worked with. And with some students, it can be that content is enriched, if that's the case with your students. But that extended practice needs to be a part of this model.